Doing a little cutting under the bluff today, right here. It's not a real big, I wouldn't even hardly call it a bluff, just kind of a ridge here. But just a few walnut down along through here. Some pretty neat old growth trees. Now the rumor I always got, or the story I always heard, should I say, there's an old cave along this bluff somewhere. And back in the 30s, I believe it was dynamited in, and it was a big cave. And I guess they did it to keep their cattle from going back in it. And I've been trying to figure out and ask around where this old thing was, just because I'd like to know. But this, as a lot of you guys know, live here in Missouri, watch the channel. Missouri is what they call the cave state, and it's not uncommon for us to go to jobs and find caves or see caves, or there'll be big caves on jobs, and there's just a lot of big caves here in Missouri. But some of these old caves, like here along the river, they got a lot of history to them. A lot of history. A lot of caves around here were used during the Civil War to keep supplies and munitions in. Even before that, they go back for Indians using as shelters, like me and Dad's arrowhead collection. We've got a lot of points and stuff that'll come out of sifted caves that we've bought and collected throughout the years. Caves are a neat thing, and I kind of like going back in them a little ways. I'm not no spelunker. I'm not going to try to go to the depths of the earth, but yeah, I would like to know where this cave is, kind of get the ins and outs of where the location is. I think that's about all the trees. We'll go ahead and cut this guy here. And cutting on this stuff's rough. Here on these rocks, you got to be careful. Watch where you're cutting, or you'll cut into a rock. I'm going to post a picture later today on the socials. Up there, the walnut tree had actually covered a rock. When I cut it, it kind of reminded me of paper, rock, scissors, how all the dynamics of paper, rock, scissors worked. You know, the paper covering the rock, which the tree was growing over the rock, then scissors getting paper here. I found it funny. You don't have to laugh, but I found it funny. Okay, let's cut this one, and we'll see what else we can find. Well, we come over here real quick and laid out these logs, 5 pretty good rows of them. So there's nothing real big in there, but it's a good set of lumber. Several feet of logs there. I know you can't really see out the old dirty windows here. Give them the old drive-by. Rough. But yeah, several logs there. And we're going to go back on top of the hill and park this. Probably go eat a bite of lunch with Dad. And then we'll see if we can't get some more drug out across the road. What we cut this morning, and we've got some to pull as well, some big trees. Yeah, all the big trees are up here where we're at now. So we'll see if we can't get those worked over. It's supposed to start raining this afternoon, or a chance of it. So hopefully we can dodge that rain. Try to get the wraps on the walnut on this job anyway. I don't think we got too often any more walnut to go, maybe 15. 20 at the most, but I would think 15 would kill it on the walnut. We'll go over here and see if Dad's there anyway, or see if he's close by. He's probably cutting. We'll jump on the skidder and get to work. Well, the rain set in. I'm on foot, keeping this old mama cow. She had a dead calf. She had it, I guess it died at birth shortly after, up here on this tree Dad's cutting. Well, she wasn't going to have no part of me and Dad getting around that calf to cut the tree, so I drug the old calf over here just to kind of get her away. Now she's creeping back. Another calf over here. She kind of knows I'm not playing around now. I've been chucking sticks at her. I've been kind of worried she might try to get me. I'm not much of a cowboy. Yeah, like I said, she knows she needs to run off now. Pretty good sized tree there on this hillside. Bellow Yule heifer. Every day is a new adventure. Trying to keep an eye on this one here behind me too, while watching her. So you can see I moved her calf right there. I don't know how many cattle are on this place. Enough for it to be a headache. they're so used to, when the vehicle or the Ranger comes up, they're used to being fed. And that's when you got to be careful cutting, because these suckers will get around these trees and you'll smash a cow and you'll go backwards real fast. Really bellowing. Like I said, the rain, it started here about an hour ago, hour and a half ago. It's been peppering down pretty good at times. I didn't figure Dad would come back out. I was just going to drag those ones I cut this morning, which I was getting them out from under the bluff, and then I see Dad pulling in here. See, here she comes back. Dad's clipping the spurs now. I'm glad he gets it down. Hear it popping, starting to rock. Looks like we're going to go straight from summer right into winter. Not much of a fall. There she goes. He's running now. He's running now. Now, let's get down to business. Well, this is it for today. These logs over here are quite a bit bigger. This last one we cut was 25 inches, although it's just a short piece, but still 25 inches is a pretty good stick of walnut anymore. A couple of these here, you can see this one here, they burned a brush pile, and Dad, he said he remembered those logs. We went right to them yesterday, and they'd pushed up a brush pile and burned them. It was pretty good trees. So these got some size to them. That one cut a little ornery there, and there's one more I cut under the bluff this morning. It cut a little ornery, which still, all in all, they ain't too bad. They're a little rougher, some of these. And some of them got some good logs in them, but like this old guy here, he's rough. But the thing about them, they got some size to them. This is the other one here, it burnt. We had to push it. We used the pusher. It leaned real hard back over the fence, and we left quite a bit holding on that back side and just gave her a push on over. Better safe than sorry, because I don't like building fence. But this old chunk here, that's pretty good chunk of wood. Just a big old lumber log, heavy lumber. Not a bad set of wood. Not a bad set. So we still got how Dad thinks maybe 10 to 12 trees over here, kind of in that area over there. Now the last time Dad cut here, I didn't cut with him then. I was on another job up at Truman Lake. It's back when I was running a crew and had a feller buncher and some things like that going on. I wasn't cutting with Dad there for a short time about 3 years ago, but Dad cut this. He cut a 32-inch walnut tree over there, and he said Howard, which Howard's the gentleman that did own this. Howard passed away earlier this year, and Howard was a great guy. Howard was 85, 86, 87, somewhere. He got around real good, and just all of a sudden, it just like his health went downhill. And you know, Dad took it a little hard when he passed. Kind of the whole community did. Howard was a great guy. He, like I said, you know, people had tried buying the timber off Howard's place here for years, and he never would sell timber to anybody but Dad. And that means a lot right there. You know, just loyalty. I mean, we try to take care of our clients the best we can, and in turn, you know, they just like that, just loyal to us. But yeah, so the last time Dad cut here in 15, he cut that 32-inch walnut over there, and I'd like to have been here to see it. I guess it was some kind of tree, but I'm pretty happy that we're getting to come back and cut this stuff today, just 3 years later. Pretty impressive, pretty impressive. Guys, that's it. I've actually got to head up to Rockville to my house to make sure all the heat and everything's working. Make sure the furnace is on, because it's supposed to get cold. Guys, we'll see you tomorrow.